Well, guys, here come the Roosters. Here come the Roosters. They'll show you how to play. The red, white, and bluesters. The Eastern Suburbs team. This is a Supercoach show, but we don't really know how to
operate.
It's been a big night. Cheese, take it away. I can't even speak, mate.
Oh, fucking don't know where to begin, mate. That was fucking Freaky Friday. Oh, holy shit, mate. Go put $50 on fucking Cowboys while we're at it. How about that, eh? Like, I don't know, man. Fucking Chad Townsend, fucking Sandon Smith looked prime, fucking Cleary and Luai. Like, it was, fuck. Yeah, we absolutely, Keith.
Keith, you've nailed it, mate. The underdogs that Tab, that Sportsbet, that Bet365, name them, we'll shame them. They got it wrong. Cheese, we sat here, on Wednesday night, and we had a look at that Mackay Debo kind of odds for Penrith, didn't we?
Yeah.
We mused about that West Tigers game a couple of years ago and thinking, this just, what does that smell like? That smells like an ambush. It smells like an ambush. An ambush it was. Cheese, I hope you hopped on. I hope you hopped on at 9s because I did, and that's going to be paying my rent.
For a good while, mate. Fuck. I mean, like, who was it? Vossi said, like, one of the greatest upsets. And I'll tell you what, it's top 3 upsets of all time. No matter who your 2 is, it's up there, man. It's shit, man. I don't know, man. I mean, Dom Young fucking turned into a defensive god almost. That's how crazy this game was. Like, he was so safe today. It was fucking absurd. And then Sandon Smith just went, yeah, fuck, I'm a playmaker. That's right. We should try that this week. God. If you jumped on, man, congrats.
Unbelievable. Dom Young was as safe as the Commonwealth Bank. Baby Ghost, can you open your eyes yet? You can do whatever you want if you're a Roosters fan tonight, mate. I might streak down the bloody promenade at Bondi. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'll be dead. Reece, can I ask, did you put that jersey on? Mate, on a game day, I'm a full kit wanker. I'm a full kit wanker on a game day, and you best believe when I rock down to the coffee shop tomorrow, I'll have this same jersey on. I might even sleep in it tonight. I might have to tell the miso soup, hey, it's just me and the jersey in here tonight, baby. Playboy Cardi's dropped an album. I'm gonna go listen to it. Jeez, where do you want to start with that game? Guys,
we gotta go that game, don't we?
This show, it's a live reaction show, and it's tough for us to really get our thoughts together. But we're going to do our best that we can to break down what happened from a Supercoach perspective. But first, let's just look. Let's not even let us talk. Let's just throw over to the gibbers because we've got plenty to say. Dylan Jugas chimed in. He said started with Lukey Metcalf and Connor Watson, dual tons like the Twin Towers. Hopefully, they don't fall down on their own. Say it with your chest. Stout out. Trying the cowards that traded up on him. Jugas is up and about tonight, and I don't blame him. How happy would you be having those 2 blokes in your side?
Fucking Watson got a fucking ton. Fuck me, man. What happened in this game? Like,
he got a ton. I don't even know. I haven't even checked the scores.
He finished on 100.
We'll take it. Jugas.
Oh, God.
Come on, baby. Give me more. Give me more.
Well, I mean, inflated, Tom, but who gives a shit? It's a fucking 100 against Penrith, man. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Other tons from the Chooks. James Tedesco, the forgotten man of the Supercoach world, 117. Thank you very much. Daniel Tupou, Ken Irvine Jr., AJ, move aside, baby. Toops is coming, 111. Mark, Nwanganitawase, 83.
Mate.
Unbelievable, Chiefs.
Mark was a shining fucking star tonight.
You like the look of him?
Oh, not from a Supercoach standpoint. at the moment, but mate, he fucking made things happen when he had that ball. Like, just he wasn't afraid to take anything on. Like, I feel like Robbo just went to him before the game and was just like, "Hey, just go play footy. Just go play footy." Because Mark looked like he was playing in a backyard.
He's an interesting bloke to watch, isn't he? You know, he's got that offload. He's rangy. He's quick. He put a lovely little right foot on. Was it Tungo at one point to open up a line break down for Toops down the left there. I think they're probably even molding him into like the next great fullback at the Roosters after Teddy calls it quits. He has that kind of skill set.
He'd be a good fullback, even just short term to something comes on the market. He'd be real good at there. He was safe. Oh man. Fucking Jesse McLean might not be fucking playing Casey McLean. He might not fucking play Reggie's next week. It was that bad. God.
Shout out to the Cheese. Looks absolutely rattled from tonight's footy. Don't blame your Cheese. Question: did you hold on to Matt? And if not, services are available. Well, hey,
rattled?
Listen,
Yes.
If you know a bloke, drop his number in the chat. And if it's Zach Docker Clay, I've already got his number. Make it out what you will.
Lovely,
Cheese,
lovely.
You brought in Nathan Cleary this week.
How'd you feel? That was a fun one. Like it was funny, wasn't it? Because after that KP round, we'll go into that later. But like after that, I was kind of going, fuck. If he updates to like a 142 or something like that, I'll probably just unboost Cleary and just take the risk. And then 4:00 hit today, 4:30 hit today. Walking out of work and went, nah, it's fucking Nathan Cleary, eh? Like, surely he fucking goes big. And he gets another fucking ton again if he kicks a 40-20. Like, this is fucked. Back-to-back weeks, no 40-20s. This is actually fucked, and I'm not having it. But
he was.
Look, I'm pretty happy bringing Cleary in. I mean, like, what was it? I traded RTS, and for like fucking 60 minutes of that game, it was looking like a brilliant trade out. So I'm not upset getting Cleary in, even if he didn't. I would have been more pissed if I didn't get him in and he went 200 than him going 87. I would have been more pissed.
That's fair. Well, I was glad to see on him as well, like many of us did.
Yeah.
Thought he was a little bit too close to the ruck for my liking, Cheese. Yeah, we kind of spoke about this after watching that Vegas game, and kind of a bit like, okay, obviously he's going to have his hands on the ball deluxe. He's going to be touching it, but is he in space? Is he in the positions to realize his SC upside? I mean, there's a couple of nice kicks tonight, which got him over to a respectable score. But I don't know. Do you fear long term, or you feel like, hey, it's Nath. He got 80 odd. He got 60 odd last week. Shut up, Reece. You're a delirious Roosters fan, mate.
No, because you bring up good points. You do bring up good. You know what concerned me actually was he fucking ran that ball a lot, especially on those 4th and 5th tackles. Like, he ran it a lot more than what he should have, to be honest. Like, he took himself out of plays when he didn't need to. Like, again, last week he should have had it for round 0, whatever the fuck you call these Vegas games. He should have had a ton there with their shit pride disallowed in the 40-20, and fucking like this one here. If he kicks a 40-20, a step back. If he takes one step backwards, he kicks a 40-20, he's on 100. So, like, and again, 10 errors from the Panthers as well. Like, fuck, when do we ever see that in a 2-week span for him? Like, that's a big thing. I mean, look, he may not score 120s, 130s as consistently anymore, but he's still a fucking lead away from Nico, who's probably second best if he gets control again. Like, he's a safe hold.
You're right. A lot of errors tonight from Penrith. And Keith chimed in from his Western Australian condo. Penrith really lose 2 in a row. It makes the Storm game a potential cracker. It does. It makes it an NRL cracker. I think it'll be an absolute Supercoach bludger, unless it's another 30-28 kind of scoreline. Dean Carlin of At the Ground Tonight fame. Shout out to you, Dino, one of the great gibberers. Before I read this comment, he actually at 9:20 p.m. He mused in the gibberish chat, "Fuck, I'm going to come." But instead, he says Santa Smith or JT. who's your goat? Well, more like, hey, Nathan,
they're not the same person.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Well, you could have fucking fooled me. I would have told you Sam Smith was JT after tonight. That was. Yeah, fuck, that's what's got me riled, man. Sam Smith, I have not been keen on him at all, mate. From what we've seen from him, I've just gone, nah, it looks terrible. Like, yeah, sure, he's 80 minutes. He goal kicks, but he looks fucking awful. And he's now got a 72, and I'm going, fuck, I'm gonna have to trade him in, aren't I?
Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of your first moves on Tuesday. I mean, on Monday, apart from going to the doctor and asking to have a look at your melon for not already having him in cheese. What are you thinking, mate?
Mate, it's fucking Owen Paddy. We know this. Yeah. we know we're not allowed to change our minds, otherwise we get fucked up for it.
Paddy chimes in. Paddy, one of Socko's biggest fans. Happy Friday, lads. There are two of our own that I need you to do a welfare check on. Tommy Turbo, who we'll get to, cheese, and our old mate Socko. Fucking hell. Yeah, Socko absent from the stream tonight. And Paddy muses that, am I right in assuming his top sport came off? That could mean anything. That really could mean anything.
I'm not going to try and guess.
Yeah, well, Socko's on the roller coaster of love. But he's got a very promising political career as Paddy continues to get behind. And we are just waiting on Socko's policies on the Sunday show, running as a Teal independent in the seat of Neutral Bay. You'll be dead, chimes in. Just wondering, Reese, I've got a problem with the bedroom, mate. You're coming to the wrong guy. Clearly, just not doing it for me anymore. Cleary, just not doing it for me after you missed the 40-20. Any tips on Chooks players to get it done when you're close? Okay.
You've got 17 to pick from.
How do we link that first part of the question to the last one? Obviously, You'll Be Dead is looking for a start tonight, and he's not the only one, that's for sure. What I'd suggest you do, mate, is just hop onto the old Google, type in Connor Watson shirtless, have that in one tab, get your Supercoach app out, and have a look at that, baby. 3 figures. 3 figures. What else do you need, brother? Or sister? Jeez, we're up and about. We're up. It's a great day to be a Roosters fan. Get into the scores.
Yeah, fuck. Let's restart Thursday, and then we'll circle back, and we end it on a fucking high, eh? Because shit, what a fucking 2 days.
Let's do it. A lot can happen in Supercoach. Obviously, we'll get into Metcalf in a second, but tell you what, man, it's good to be back, isn't it? We're on the roller coaster, baby.
It was 2 days ago. It's fucking changed. Everything's changed.
That's why we love it. Kind of like the weather. Moving into the Thursday night game, cheese. I'll rattle off a few of these scores for you. Kalen, these are all been updated as well. So these are final. These are locked in. Kalen Ponga, 129. Bradman Best, 99. Dill Lucas, 97. Greg Marju, 84. James Schiller, 82. Fletcher Sharp, 82. A lot of points in the Knights. Moving over to the Finns, Katoa, 86. No one else scored above 60. Where do you want to start, mate? Kalen Ponga?
Yeah, let's go with KP, because fuck, didn't he look next level, eh? Like, God, mate, he would be terrifying opponents for the next few weeks, and just have him fucking hours of. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a fucking worker for the opponents he's facing in a few weeks in that video team, because fuck, they've got their work cut out for him.
Yep.
That like, we talked a lot about that shape they were running with that second receiver and stuff like that, but they're so unpredictable with it now. Like, they're just doing it off the cusp, it looks like, and fucking KP is looking better for it, mate. Look, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to say he's someone who goes 170 this year. Like, it's
wow.
Like, let's think of it too. He scores a 130, and they only put 26 points on.
Yeah,
and they still didn't fucking look good. Like, they really didn't look good. It was KP who did all the heavy lifting almost.
Yeah, I'll read out a few of the stats for you. So 3 try assists, 1 try contribution, 3 goals, 6 tackle breaks. The stat I love most out of KP is 2 forced dropouts. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
4 line break assists, and then a few runs as well. I agree with you, mate. Like, we've broken down their shape a little bit, especially from that right tram line, and it was interesting to watch the way that they were using Sharp as him as the runner and using KP's experience as the ball player. But man, in that red zone last night, KP was both sides of the ruck. He was the 7. He was playing the first receiver. With Sharp probably more of the fullback. But I noticed just watching the highlights back, I was hoping to actually pull up a few clips to have a look at tonight regarding the tries, but it wasn't really any too bad from the Finns. It was more just they just identified numbers really well and just overran them on either side, and that's just Ponga, isn't it? He can just hang back, play eyes up, get to where he needs to be, and then that right foot that he put on Averillo, like when the ball was in midair. I think Joey said it on commentary. There's not many, if any, that can do that.
Yeah, and I think you said it best. Like, it wasn't anything that the Dolphins really did wrong. It was just classic footy playing with numbers, and KP was just there when they were playing numbers. Like, he got the benefit of it all, pretty much. It was, that right foot step was just something else. Look, I was a bit worried when I traded Turbo down for him, but KP, like, he's just, shit, mate. I'm happy. I'm sticking with him throughout the season. He's fucking someone I don't want to go a game without, almost.
Absolutely. I mean, we even said in that West game, he only a couple of kind of passes away from doing what he did last night score-wise as well. And, mate, the bloke's 26 years old. He's just getting better. He's probably got a better spine around him than he ever has now. It's only going to get better next year with old Dill bags there. But, yeah, Ponga was good, guys. That's not news to anybody. Another guy that really stood out last night, Dill Lucas, 97. I'll read his stats out for you. Just let them wash over you guys. 43 tackles, 2 tackle breaks, 9 plus 7, 16 runs. So that is about 50 in base power. And then he also had a line break try. Is he going to be one of the top 5 averaging center wings, or is he going to be in the top 5 averaging 2 RFs by the time this season's done, Chase? Or both?
Both. I mean, he's just taking it to another level. I mean, the base is what's always intrigued everyone, I think, going into the season. Like, we saw the stats regarding it. We knew even if the Knights are shit in a game, he's going to score you good base points. And I put up yesterday on Twitter, that left edge is the fucking best left edge in the whole comp at the moment. They just all look so in sync with it. There's just strike rates and forces through him. And, Lucas and Ponga combo, they just look like they're feeding off each other, and they've never been more in sync. It's like, I mean, I went a Sark over Lucas for the start, and it's I'm bringing Lucas in next week with a bye coming up because he's just, I mean, let me see if I can get Schubert's break even projection up for him. Please. Because it was fucking tight. It was very small. Here it is.
Yeah, while you read, go for it. Yep.
Sorry. Dylan Lucas projected to have a 24 break even, and that was before updates.
Wow. Yeah, 97, so that's probably in the teens now, isn't it? Unbelievable from Lucas. I mean, as we know, like, he's playing on the left now. Last year it was a bit mixed between him and KPP, but they've had a full off season to develop that combination. And whilst it looks good when he runs short, and he's always got that ability to break the line, he's just so reliable from like a nut trucking perspective, if you know what I mean. Like, he knows, like, okay, I was going to do a tough carry here, and I'll leg drive myself to 11 meters, and
doesn't overdo it.
Exactly, and he can tackle a friggin' freight train if it ran at him. 40 odd tackles to go with Yeah, get him in, guys.
Like,
I mean,
and again, we said it. If your edges are getting 40 tackles a game, that's fucking beautiful.
you love that.
That's lock. That's a fucking. We don't like locks should be averaging that, and sometimes they don't. So yeah, fuck me, man. He's get him in if you don't have him. You'll need him.
Another guy who I believe everyone should have this season, if you don't already have him, is Greg the Leg Marju. Last night, 84 points. Guess what, Pease? He didn't score a try. He broke 9 tackles. He made 5 offloads, one line break assist off an offload to go with his customary 20 runs. That is a scary prospect when Marju is offloading. We called it in the trials, and we spoke about it last week. And then he's done it again last night, culminating in one offload from memory where he threw one out the back to Fletcher Sharp, who made a line break up the guts. Mate, if he's offloading, we already know his base is 50, there or thereabouts, base power.
Yeah.
Add another 10 a game to that. That's 60 out the gate. And, that's someone who's probably not going to leave my side most of the year. What do you reckon?
No, he's not leaving mine. I mean, like, it's funny because there's like we've been lucky with the CTW CPs we've been able to start with from Marju low, Garrick not terribly overpriced or anything like that. And Marju's probably the only CTW where I'm going. I couldn't care if he has a big break even. I'm not trading him out. Like we saw 2 years ago what he does when he has this base again. And last year, underwhelming, the reports that he's been playing through injuries and he just wasn't right all year. And everyone's going, it's probably just a cop-out. This game specifically has just reinforced this. It was a fucking injury last year. This is Greg Marju because he looked like a fucking front rower on the wing.
Yeah, back fence Greg. I mean, when he wound up, that was scary stuff, man. I believe he was carrying a bit of an injury last year. Do you remember that game where he got 12 or something after he looked unders and then he comes back. He
never looked right last year, did he? Like, and again, like they didn't go left much last year, like we're seeing now. But he just didn't look right from a base perspective. And I think Keith says it best. If fucking Best learns to not have any maybe a little less sticky spray for Best before he runs out, fucking Marju goes 100 plus easily.
You're on the money there, Keith. Best once again, 2 weeks in a row. Probably just left Marju hanging there on the sting, didn't he?
So shit. Why can't he have a shit center that just passes?
Yeah. God. The thing is, Best has got a pretty good little giddy flick on him as well. He just hasn't really whipped it out. Maybe it was shook confidence-wise after last week where he threw it over the sideline a couple of times.
Doesn't stop Lomax. Shouldn't stop Best.
You'll be dead chimes in again. Follow-up question for Reese. Sexiest man in Bondi? Is it Jamie Humphries or Connor Watson? Well, I'm actually going to opt for option C and go with a bit more of a left field one. Well, not that left field, but Joseph Akuso, the tribal chief Suali'i. I'll tell you what, you'll be dead. I saw that rig in person probably about 18 months ago down on the Bondi Sands. And let me tell you what.
Get you going.
Let me tell you what. That is one of the great rigs of all time. And it's a young rig. It's still growing into itself. We know it's an athletic rig. We know it can get up above you. And tell you what, that's fast twitch deluxe. But to give you a little bit of a Watson yarn, I do see him, around here quite a lot. And he's always on his e-bike with his shirt off, his locks flowing, and his moustache glistening. And tell you what, if a bloke's destined to turn up on a Friday night, it's the hot boy, Watson. Fletcher Sharp Cheese, 82 last night. How good is he? I mean, is he an option? He's a great draft player. Would you bring him in for Classic?
What's that break even look like for Sharp? 31. Probably not before. Like, look, you should have invested in Lucas, Marju, and Ponga. Like those are the players I think most people would have invested in and started with. I mean, Sharp come origin time. If he, goes down a little bit, he's a fucking rip of a pick, mate. It's weird because you feel like he really could just explode at any moment, and he's just. It looks like he's just keeping everything calm, trying not to overplay his hand. It'll be scary when he gets that confidence to really just go, yep, I'll take over the game now.
Yeah, I mean, in real life and also from a Supercoach perspective, it's going to be really interesting to track his development. I mean, he's already proven he can be a gun at fullback, on the wing, wherever he's playing now. Is at 5'8", I think it is. Next year, see what happens with deal bags. But tell you what, man, he's a very exciting prospect. He's only 20 years old. I'm glad he's from the great state of New South Wales.
Yeah.
That was unreal. A couple other scores from the Knights. Pierce Paul, Simbin, 46. Disappointing for owners. He showed glimpses again, though. I wouldn't be too upset if I had him in my team. Phoenix Crossland, 39 through the middle. Probably more to the point of, what we were saying. And sorry, Keith chimes in here. We're going Fletcher Sharp. He's got the best weapon of all, speed. Yeah, and he's also pretty quick across the old turf there.
Yeah, he's a bit fast.
Yeah, Crossland trap, maybe, 0.7 ppm for his career at hooker. It's probably why I don't make trades in hooker, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why I still probably won't get Sam Smith, and I'd rather forgo the 200K and just not make a trade. Hooker is such an ugly position to trade at, but Crossland's giving a bit of trappy vibes, especially games where teams like Dolphins, it's very edge versus edge, not a lot of middle stuff going on.
Well, the good news for you, Cheese, is Sandon isn't a hooker, mate. He's a bloody 5'8", so the rule doesn't apply.
I mean, you'd only get a spot of fucking hooker.
Moving over to the Finns. Isaiah Katoa, 86 this week. Last week it was 52. He's priced at $390. What's the BE from our guy Schubert?
Before updates, -9.
Going into Wests, Saturday night, KO Stadium. Are you interested?
No. I mean, it's a tough one because, the break-even's obviously there. Katoa's shown really great signs this year. He's looking a lot more confident in his game. But West is a good matchup. Then he's got the Broncos. Then he's got the Titans. And then it's just absolute downhill. I just don't think he makes enough cash with that little period there. It's a very short turnaround play, especially in the halfback position.
Completely agree, mate. I think there's going to be better kind of fast track guys, if you know what I mean, better guys that can pump. We already spoke about Tuipulotu at length the other night, and then guy we'll get into in a sec, Jason Saab. These guys are probably on more of a fast track to make quick money, kind of like an Ibrahim brother. Herbie Farnworth, 58. He downdated. That involved no attacking stats. What are we here? So 17 tackles, 3 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 3 ineffective offloads. Probably just sums up the Finns, doesn't it? 3 ineffective offloads. They were a bit of a mess last night, especially through the middle when Herbie was crabbing.
No, yeah, exactly. You're not wrong. I suppose, again, good for the base. If you have Herbie with no attacking stats, you'd probably be tuning to get to 58 to 60. But, it didn't go right for him on that edge, really. It didn't go right for him, which sucks because, it's great for non-Herbie owners. We should be able to pick him up cheap in a few weeks if there's one more performance like that. And I was interested in Herbie for a few different reasons, not just for Supercoach. But, fuck, man. It'd be good for him. Again, so Panthers, Melbourne, 6 and 7, and then he's got a dream of a draw throughout, round 8 and upwards.
Yeah, he averaged 54 the first 6 weeks last year, and it's looking like he's going to be around the high 50s again this year. No one's going to own him, mate, probably after that Penrith-Melbourne matchup. He's probably, I'd probably have Val and Lomax ahead just because of their historic ceilings. But fuck, if we can get Herbie for low sixes.
Well, look, before updates, 97 break even.
Perfect.
So yeah, that'd be good. Like, it'd be great if he can get a good score against the Tigers, bit of a shitty between Broncos, decent score at Titans, and really just get those people trapped into him for those next 2 games. Be fucking beautiful. I love chaos.
You'll be dead. I can't read that one out, but sounds good. From the Titans, that's about it. From the Finns, I mean, we're both Osako owners. You know, do you want to lay down on my couch, or can I lay down on your couch, Cheese? Make me feel better, please. It'll look so good. It'll look so good.
Yeah, like for a 39 for a game where they scored 12 points, like, yeah, it's a bit fucking expected. Like, let's be real, fucking 8 points in goals too. Like, it's fucking shit. But I mean, the draw's decent for him for next week to hopefully make some cash. I don't know, man. Osaka's a weird one. I'd love to do Osako to Lucas and just take that safety in the points.
Yep.
But like with your stat for his fast starts, what round was it up to again? Was it first 5?
Oh, 6? Mate, it was like round 7 or 8. It was quite deep into the season, and he plays West next week, so I think he's worth really another go. I mean, right edge.
Then comes up against Arthurs the following week, so not a great defense pairing there either. And then Titus, like, I mean, you could probably take him right up to round 6 and still either break even or get cash.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think we've got to probably hold solid and just back those matchups. I mean, look, he almost got over at the end a couple of times last night. He just had to fall over the absolute.
Yeah, he came very close. I mean, that last play of the game, I mean, like, if he probably steps a meter or two early, he probably catches them and goes through.
Tell you what, he's a frustrating bloke to own, though, isn't he?
Oh, he's so shit to own, mate. He's so shit, mate. Like, at least, like, if you own Saab or, like, Johnston, you know what you're getting yourself into. Saka is just, like, you poke a stick at him, he's like, go and do something, mate. Yeah,
it's kind of like a girl you match with on Hinge, and like,
it's just like, what are you doing? What are you aiming for?
Yeah, you see some good pics, and then you kind of on the date, and nothing really gets going. You're like, oh, well, is there a chance here? Am I on? But nothing ever comes of it. Anyway, Tom Gilbert, 47. That safe after Gilbert trade was pretty popular, but
dead in water, ain't it?
Yeah, it's just probably why you don't. Hindsight's 2020, but they're pretty much the same player, guys. I wouldn't, be too stressed either way if you brought him in or you traded him out or don't have him. They're going to plod their way to 100K increase. It'll be a slow burn, so hold the faith. Don't beat yourself up too much. Max Plath, 49 on the edge. Do you reckon he's an edge?
No. I don't know what Wolf's trying to do with Plath on the edge. Like, nah, you gotta give him that 13. I think he's just too good at 13. If you're not giving him that hook spot, he has to play 60 plus minutes. He's too valuable not to. Edge is like, Edge is decent because you kind of go like, oh, maybe we'll pop up for a try, but you got that 13 with the better base. He's a no go unless he gets a 13 or a 9.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, but it feels like Barry Marshall King of 2 roll balls last night fame. That was fucking terrible. 2 roll balls should be a yellow.
2 roll balls from a fucking hooker as well. Like, come on.
And the hammer 30, it wasn't really great for the Dolphins last night. Was it only only 1 score above 60.
That hammer one is disappointing too. Like, he could have had a try there. Unfortunate. Wouldn't have done much. He only gets up probably 50, but like, better than 30.
A guy that I believe does have the hammer, or at least has a poster of the hammer in his bedroom, is Cameron Wynn. Shout out to you, C. Wynn. Projected to get 1091 this week. Not bad, Barack Obama meme face, he says. It's a long season ahead, guys. Hey, man.
Season, man. You won't win in the first 2 weeks, but you probably won't lose it either, but it doesn't help. It's a long season.
Dubs up, dubs up, dubs up. 2024 music. All right, so moving into the next game here is the Waz and Manly. So we'll just throw over to the chat here because we've got a couple of victory laps, a couple of Metcalf owners who are absolutely loving it.
God, how good was it?
Starting with Keithy. Metcalf now has a bronze statue at my house. You talk about Metcalf or the Matildas holding up Sandon Smith on his shoulders. Keithy, mate, talk your shit, baby. You must have been so up and about, especially when he crashes over in the 79th minute to get himself to 3 figures. How happy would you be if you started Metcalf this week?
Started.
Yeah.
It was always starting. My God, it's kind of shitty because like we look at last week and go, oh yep, that was a Metcalf game, and then we look at this week and go, oh yep, that's a Metcalf game. What one are we getting next week? Well, I kind of would prefer him just to be shit and go, all right, great, this is the way the season's going. Let's get rid of him, to be honest. I can't even be too confident next week, but yeah, fuck, he was good, eh? He was very controlling again. And Johnson, SJ, said on his podcast for a week that, he spent some time with him and CHT, and, he said, like, you guys need to be more direct. That's what we really want to see from you. And, I mean, it looks like they took it on board because they were just... Yeah, they were in sync. They looked like they knew their points on the field, where they wanted to get to each time. Probably a rough first 10, 15 minutes where I kind of went, oh, don't know how this is going to go. But, yeah, look, when Metcalf and CHG linked up for his try, it looked like it just made a world of difference to him. Like, they looked so giddy. They were happy. They kind of looked at each other and went, fuck, we can make this work, eh? Like, we can do this.
Johnson talking about bit more direct play, a bit more aggression, run first kind of mentality. I believe we saw that. I thought Metcalf was very aggressive early, especially. And they weren't doing too much side to side shit like they were in Vegas, kind of searching for points.
Well, I mean, that's how they played last year, and they took it into Vegas, trying to go from one edge to the other. Two back-to-back plays, not setting anything up, and like again, they didn't look very silky with their setups or anything like we see from Panthers, but it looked a lot better. And it feels safer just having him now. Like, it's fucking good just to bring up some receipts and go, like, 13K people, trade him out, mate. Like, that's not a definition of a rage trade. I don't know what is.
Well, listen, I'll put my hand up. Not that I traded him out, but I believe we did get on this show last week. And I said I wanted to, send that bloke to the sun. But
it was definitely an option, wasn't it?
Stuck to my guns, didn't play him, obviously. I guess vindication would be you got 18 in base power. But hey, you live by the attacking stat, you die by the attacking stat with a guy like Metcalf. Keaton asks, congrats, Townie, mate, on the big win. Keats, thanks, mate. Feels good. Jersey's not coming off for a couple of days now. Has Metcalf saved himself? Cheese, you are an owner, as am I. He's probably bought himself another week. What was his break even going into this week? I think we'll find 79.
So his break, what was it? What did you say? 79. So yeah, cleared it. 79. Looks at a before update. He probably updates a fair decent chunk as well. Probably cracks 104, 105 at least. You'd hope so, probably. But next week at 25 break even. So he definitely buys. He buys at least another 2 weeks. Who they got?
Chooks and then the Tigers. That game next week is going to be Friday night at in New Zealand. Tell you what, that surface looked very pro Waz tonight, didn't it? Manly were in all sorts. We'll get to Manly, but that kind of weird Kiwi grease that's on the pitch there, like
it's funny, ain't it? Like, mate, for years the Waz are like kind of like not distance themselves from their culture or anything like that. Fuck, for the last couple of years where they've really embraced it, made it a whole thing. Like tonight with the handover from Tohu to JFH before the game and shit, and you just go, fuck me, there's some type of voodoo or something on this ground here because this is crazy what they're pulling off when they play.
And then the drums start beating, like in the stands, like everyone's up and about. You got blokes dressed as Spider-Man behind the sticks.
Oh, we love the Spider-Man crew.
It's all happening. It's just endless vibe.
Mate, but like actually, just looking on this Metcalf, Roosters, and I'm not fucking saying anything's a cake and walk for the Roosters anymore. They've fucking earned that for the season. Nothing's a gimme with them.
Ambush, baby.
But like you'd expect, Metcalf pulls up a 55 to a 60 against them, so definitely has a decent break even following week, especially with this 99 in him to play the Tigers.
Yep.
Then comes up against Melbourne. Mate, if that's not a fucking Metcalf to Munster trade after 2 price rises from him.
Jeez. Well, he has a buy before that, actually.
He does too, doesn't he? Yeah, round 5, yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, mate. Look, that's probably it's good too, because you can go, we'll trade him out because of a buy. And if he goes big for next week by fucking Lord knows how, you can go, yeah, cool. It's justifiable.
Speaking of Manly's head noise, You'll Be Dead chimes in. Hey, Cheese, did you think going for the 2 whilst up 4 that early in the game was the voodoo knife that killed Turbo's SC momentum? Seemed to be a Barry Crocker after that. Do you remember that play? They were up 4-0.
Fucking hate it.
Garrick, that was negative. That was just a Kiwi grease factor on the surface, wasn't it? And it all just went Pete Tong after that.
I hate it. I will never understand why teams do it when they're up. It's in early in the games. Like, it was so early. They had the momentum, and you basically just shown the wires. We respect you guys. We don't think we're going to score. We'll take 2. Like, we saw Penrith do it at the back end because they go, great, we'll take 2 and we'll try our luck for the try. Completely different to Manly, where we're just going, I don't think we're crashing over here. Let's get points. Hate it. It's voodoo, and we've seen it.
Yeah. I'd go as far as saying it's missionary. You can't respect them that much. You got to spit in them. You got to slap them. You got to give them a bit of a touch up. But then they started going left to right after that. They didn't really respect the surface either. How many times did they just shift it from their own end? They could just slide out in those conditions really easily.
I kind of wonder if that back spasm DCE was having, because man, that looked awful when he went down for. I wonder if it's been something he's been leading up with throughout the week, and because he didn't look in control of all of that game, like he really took a back seat, just like, mate.
Who's this, bro?
DCE.
Yeah,
because they had no direction. Like,
nah, they're completely lost. And Brooks, Brooks is a lost puppy dog at the best of times. He's not exactly going to. Hopefully, he's not tuning in. From the Waz, a couple other big numbers. James Fisher-Harris, 70 cheese. That was all in base power as I burp into the mic. Fucking hell, that's fucking massive from him.
That's big, man. He had a great first stint too.
61 last week, 1.4 ppm.
And Whisperer, the Lord Whisperer, did put up his first stint, and it was fucking phenomenal. Where is it? Here we go. 32 minutes, 1 offload, 1 tackle break, 11 hit-ups, 7 over 8 meters, and 18 tackles for 41 points.
Daddy.
Oh.
That is some real daddy shit. Massive from Fisher Harris. It's just a shame that Terrell May exists, though, isn't it? Because there's Lindsay Smith. There's,
it sucks, man.
So many of these 550 kind of K guys in the FRF. Ali Lawatia scored a try for 68. Chanel Harris-Tavita.
Yeah.
So he's priced at 30-something. Last year in games he played the 6. He averaged 51. Last week in Vegas, he pumped out a 51 as per. And then this week, a line break try for a 66. That BE would be in the negatives, I dare say, Cheese.
You are correct. Negative 16 projected.
Baby. Playing the Chooks, greasy surface, left side. Means he's running at Toya and Dom Young, who've got a bit of a brain fade in them. Wow. Can you fit him in? Do you trade Metcalf down to Snell Harris?
It's tough, ain't it, man? Because we only get 3 trades a week if you boost them. And we're only 3 games in. That's a shit thing. Look, if Metcalf probably had a stinker, you go straight down CHT.
I've got one for you and for all the viewers. Tom Duffy is going to keep his jersey fame, especially when Nico pumps him tomorrow, which I'm terrified to watch as a non-Nico owner. Would you do Duffy via Metcalf to CHT? Use that duel.
Yeah, if you've got it there, you do. I mean, we talked about it on Wednesday. It would fucking be a miracle if Duffy keeps. Actually, I'm gonna shut up. It's fucking. I don't know what's gonna happen after tonight's games. Like Duffy could freaking be get 6 Dally M points tomorrow night for all we know. But like, yeah, CHT could be a very lovely bring in for Duffy.
Keep an eye out for that trade, guys. It could be a sneaky one because CHT is 200k unders at this clip, isn't he?
Oh god, yeah, he is too. And like this is for Wiles playing bad. Like again, they played good. They played good tonight, but it's nothing that we've. It's like for Knights, isn't it? Like we saw them play decent. Wiles played decent. Manly looked fucking god awful for money. So if the Wiles get some real good footy, even for a 4 to 5 week span, be good.
All right, Cheese. I'm probably a bit late for this question, but we can speak about the Roosters again if you want, Paddy. I'll speak to I'll speak to a junkie at the bus stop.
Yeah.
I'm a bit late for this question, but what do we think of Mr. McLean? Mr. McLean, Jesse, I believe. Oh, sorry, Casey. How do you go tonight, guys? 61, including a line break try. Paddy, I don't know what you're on about. We get back to the old political campaign because he's done pretty good by her, but he did look a bit head knocked.
I don't know. He's interesting. I mean, if you have the cash, do you go up to Tupolotu even, like 71 break even? Now, why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you steer the chat away from Daddy?
Why would you do that, mate?
It's a Friday night. Yeah. The Chooks have just won. We've just won at 950 head to head. Thank you, Tab. I know we donated a lot of money to you, but you've given a bit back, which is good. Cheese, moving on to Manly. That was terrible tonight. As we said, they're shifting the ball left and right. You can't play that way over in New Zealand. I hope the Roosters, Supercoach Robinson picks up on that one. Jason Saab with a 109. So, his break-even going into tonight was 1. I dare say he's also going to be in the negatives going into next week.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Bend me over, go to work.
Negative 54.
Nah, man.
Negative 54.
Interested.
He just has to step on the field.
So he pumps out like a 50 next week. Who who is it again? It's not good. It's not good for who they play. Canberra at 4 pints.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's 4 pints, 3 games back to back. Oh.
So he's 528k. You probably think he's going up 100 grand after next week, right?
Yeah, like look, I posted and I put the question to everyone up there. I said, he practically has to step on the field. He makes you cash. And they love going right. And people did raise a good concern with, Turbo and DC, which we'll get into. Like if they're not there, it's a risk, but it's a fucking risk either way with Jason Saab.
It's an early season,
mate. Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing too. Sorry, what was it tonight? How many tries he scored? He just scored one try.
2 try assists, 5 tackle breaks, 4 line breaks. I think it's now 10 line breaks in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
to go with 21 in runs.
Because that's the thing about him. It's he's not someone where you look at. We saw it tonight. He didn't have good decision making at some points with those line breaks.
Yeah.
Especially when defenders were chasing with him. So he's not that smart person. Defenders will live by letting him have that gap because the best way to defend a Saab type of player is to let him have that gap, and then you essentially make your 7 cover across, or your 6, whoever's on him, you make them cover across because he's just going to. We see it all the time. He comes in field, even with the first try to Turbo. Like, he came in field very, very early, and Turbo had to shoo him away just so he could draw and pass. So he's great for those line breaks. He only needs two of them next week, and you're laughing him in cash. Yeah, he's a trade him. I'm trading him next week. I love Josh Saab. Yeah, I got him last year at fucking 400k, and going back up to about 560 or whatever it was. Like, he's that guy you bring in because you know he needs one big score, and he just rolls with it. Like, that's it.
Yeah, he's probably a gateway to that. Well, he's like a gateway drug. He's like marijuana. You know?
Yeah.
That could then be parlayed into whoever you want. I mean, it's a bit of a gateway. I got excited about Justin Olam last year at one point, you know, because his break even was 3. I think he only did about 7 the next week.
He looked great for a few. He looked great that week, though. It was a great 7.
Someone who did not look great tonight, that probably is going to send a shockwave through the Supercoach community, is Trbojevic Thomas, brother Tom.
All now, my faders, stand up. Stand up.
Cheese is having one of the great victory laps of all time here, guys, as he has faded Tom Turbo. And I tell you what, you know, you got to be happy with that. Not because he's injured. We don't wish injury.
No. Never. I would prefer Turbo to go 130 and be healthy.
Yeah, wouldn't many people? Wouldn't all Manly fans? But 60 minutes in, he limps off. I actually went through the tape and noticed. Look, to be honest, Cheese, I thought he looked ginger most of the night. Something was brewing there. He was looking to pass pretty early, shovel it on a little bit. That line break at the start, where he kind of bombed the try, that looked weird. It was a weird, like,
he didn't look himself. No, very, very heavy on his right side. He was, and especially when again, Saab with those line breaks, they all come down that right side. So when you are going to pass, stepping off your left to pass, he wasn't doing that. He went early to get a nice, easy pass off the right side. So yeah, like, again, he favored it a lot tonight. And Scott Bailey put up a tweet not too long ago and said, told by Manly that Tom Trbojevic's tightness was in his left hamstring. They insist he only came off as a precaution and will decide tomorrow if he needs a scan. And as physio points out, it's the 7th hamstring injury in his past 7 seasons.
That's just so sad, man.
It's fucking terrible to hear, mate. Like, again, I love it. I love that he went low, but I would have preferred him to be on the field and go low. If the game's better when he's on, it's better for everyone. But geez, man, like, because I heard on commentary there was something about Turbo going to centers, and then my phone started blowing up, just messages from chats, and they're going, Turbo center, what is this? Like, this is not good. And at first I was thinking maybe they're going, all right, we need Hopper IDF at the back for whatever reason. And he got pulled off straight away and it's going, all right. So that explains for gingerness, for tightness. He probably goes into that game with it. So it's very interesting Manly even played him, considering, his history.
In those conditions as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, again, early in the season.
He would have wanted to play, though. Like,
they all want to play, like, that's the thing with concussions. Like, again, every player, like, it's with Radley. Radley wants to be back as soon as he can to play, Like, every player wants to be that. And it's the same with Turbo. The problem is with the ligaments, and we've seen it with Hines with the no-goal kicking. You eventually got to find a way to say no and alter your style. Because, look, if this is what's happening in round 2, and again, we didn't see him all preseason. He didn't play.
Yeah.
If this is what's happening in round 2 after one game, you'd think Turbo's going to the centers really early this year. Like, if they want to preserve him, he has to be moved out to the centers.
Yeah, the domino effect of this is so, like,
it's massive severe for everyone in Manly, isn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, and then we haven't even got to Cherry Evans, whose Gary Jack looked like it was, every one of it.
He looked 50.
Yeah. He looked like so evergreen his whole career. The last, I mean, we're not writing off Cherry Evans. Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, I'm not saying that we don't. we don't know the severity here, but like did the age finally randomly just catch up with him in that one random moment where he just had this spasm out of nowhere and couldn't even stand up, man?
It was weird. Like, it was like he got shot in the back almost when he went down. Like, I didn't see what happened. I mean, the first clip I see of him is he's in the fucking doggy position. And I'm going, well, like, look, it suits for Mojo for tonight for you guys, but like,
Paddy's loving it.
Yeah, exactly. And then they show a clip and I'm going, oh shit, has he torn his hamstring or something the way he's just shot down out of nowhere? And he gets up looking like he's fucking Abe Simpson, like with the cane. At first, I thought maybe a disc has gone, or worst case, some vertebrae something's happened to him. And Seabell comes out and press comes, oh, he's got back spasms. Mate, he's not that old, is he? Like, not for back spasms.
So if Cherry's out and Turbo's out, does that make you less interested in the Saab cash grab?
Nah, not for me. I mean, like, again, minus 54 break even. Probably goes to a minus 60, 62 with updates. Like, mate, he steps on the field, he makes cash. For me, it's Garrick down to Saab. Take the cash because if Turbo's out, DZ's out, whatever we find out come Monday, like Saab makes cash. Like, I would rather go Garrick down Saab. You're making cash for the next 2 weeks guaranteed at least. He gets your cash. If Garrick's not looking good anymore, and then Manly's not looking good, you cash out and you go to someone else because, mate, I'm not keen on Garrick if they're not there.
Wow. Holy shit. Let's just get this back on track. Up the Roosters, says Boxzilla. Yes, sir. None of this sad shit about Ruben Garrick. Fuck me. Nah, agree. Cheese. The ramifications are massive. Is Garrick less relevant? Is Olakau'atu more relevant because he scores better without Turbo?
Hey, that stat's looking great coming up, mate.
Yeah. Where are your receipts now, cunt?
Yeah, where's the receipts, mate?
Where are all those people who DM'd me last week being like,
hey, 38 with Turbo? The stats don't lie.
Yeah, look into it. Turbo's out, all right? If you were to give Tanny's late mail a bit of advice, don't give Paddy any advice because Paddy's on the
Paddy.
Tonight.
Oh my god,
Aaron and Sticks, where you at? Leave a note at the door. Don't knock on it. If you own Turbo or I own Turbo, what's my move? We've seen Edwards go down tonight, which we maybe we don't get to. It's gone. This is a pretty long stream, but Edwards goes down. Probably mean Laurie or Blaze goes to fullback if that's a medium-term thing. We've got Keanu Kinney, our GOAT, who will be about 120K less than Turbo. Tell you what, a few options, isn't there? Not the worst thing. Tommy's. I think
it depends if you got Iongi or not. Like, if you have Iongi in your team already with Turbo, it's Keanu Kinney for me. Like, it's like if you're looking for a reason, I'm sure everyone's been looking for that reason to start Kinney or find a way to get him in. And unfortunately, you got a reason now. Like, you go Keanu Kinney. If you don't have, if you've got that free gun fullbacks, you go straight down to Iongi. As long as he can make through this week unscathed, hopefully, like straight down to him.
Beautiful. Yeah. One name, Kinney.
Kinney. Yeah. God, we finished 6:15 p.m. too. That's going to be such a good way to finish a weekend.
Oh, hell yeah. Brother. Hell yeah. AJ Brimson for a double. Couple final ones here from Manly. Geez. Again, only one score over 60, which was Saab. Olakau'atu, 38. Ethan Bullymore, 39. Probably a little bit unders for the minutes he got. Will you be joining me in the Bully investment group? Look, the share price has been pretty good. I've actually moved into a nice apartment here on Bullymore Island. I can see plenty of Tamarama over there. The North Bondi Fish North Bullymore Fish is just down the road. Good kind of breeze coming through. There's no aircon in this place. You got a BYO aircon, but it's a pretty nice neighborhood.
In Sydney now.
Haven't sold you on Baltimore Island. I'm not a real estate agent, mate. So
no, I mean you sold me. I mean, like 5 break even projected, and like, yeah, I mean, 357K. You can't fucking go wrong with it, can you? I mean, look, if you've got a spare, what 110K in the bank, 120K, like more go to Bullymore. It's beautiful because Dimitri is yep.
Morga, man.
My God, Dimitri. I don't even think Webby knows what to call him because it doesn't even look like he knows how to play the bloke.
He doesn't know who he is. Is it Supercoach?
No, he does. Yeah, he gets on the field. He goes, "Oh, hey, fuck, who's that, mate?" It sucks, man, because he's such a good player.
DJ7 chimes in. He is a Turbo owner. On that note, if you're running Turbo and Walsh, do you go the cowardly option to KP? Oh, how do we even not talk about KP? We only spoke about it for 20 minutes about an hour ago. Yeah. Have the buy in round 4, and others could be a pod. Lil Puppy has entered the chat. Lil Puppy, tempted thoughts. Fucking hell, we've got there's a few options.
We might need a fucking Tuesday pod just to go through fullback options now. Like, nah, I don't know. I guess it depends how many fucking traces you want to play. I'm big on KP to Pappy round 4, depending break even wise and stuff like that. I don't want Pappy for Panthers. Like, we know Pappy's a guy who's not going to do a lot of work and stuff, and it's probably a 12 to 16 type of game. Like, yeah, nah, go KP, mate. Like, you should have him already. Come on, Julius.
Yeah, the cowardly option, also known as the Kieran Loveridge option. What about Teddy?
What about Teddy?
It isn't Ted. What about Teddy Cheese? I mean, Teddy, he's back. The goat is back.
God, it pissed me off seeing him play good because I'm like, mate, 920K, and he's done that in this team. Jeez, bargain for that. Because wow. Nah, when's you'll know this. When's Walker in that back? When's the spine back? 16. Oh, jeez. Teddy, I'll tell you what, Teddy's a fucking good pickup at the end of the season, man. You probably came on great discount. But no, I couldn't do it. Could you do it as a Roosters diehard?
Oh, fucking oath I could. I love him, man. I love him.
He's got a good draw, though, at least, eh? He's got a real good draw for the next few weeks.
Yeah, what is it?
So you got Titans, Souths, Broncos, and then Panthers, Dragons, Dolphins. Like, I mean, you could probably just do fullback roulette with Teddy, bring him in for the next 3 games.
Jigus is really keen on Lil Pap. He says, tune in to Sunday, Cheese, and I'll do my best to get your head around Lil Pap. The Chooks put 30 plus on. Melbourne probably, well, Jigus is using NRL maths there to suggest that Melbourne probably put 60, and that's in the first half. Boxzilla chimes in from the top rope. Tell you what, Turbo going out, it really opens up Pandora's box in the Supercoach because he says JC at fullback, Brimson at 5'8". Oh, boys.
Can someone just get Seabold to say, like, oh, yeah, Turbo's going to be rested for the next 2 weeks? Like, just no injury. Just says, yeah, well, look, we gave him 2 weeks. Let him get off because this is going to be fun, man.
Listen, obviously we look through the preseason and we share teams with one another. Probably some people to a fault. You don't need to upload your teams every 5 minutes in the gibberish chat, guys. Being like, hey, what do you reckon? I've made no changes.
Yeah.
But, there's always a bit of similarity with the squads. But as we know, like, this is where Supercoach really gets fun, really starts when dudes start to drop like flies and all these different alternate routes, present themselves. And we've got a fair few, don't we?
Like, JC's a player too. Like, you know what? I think probably the best thing in terms of like obviously, unfortunately, Turbo's down, but it's happened on Friday where we can then look at all these fullbacks with different eyes. Because most of the time we look at fullbacks. If you've got 3 gun fullbacks, your eyes are probably Iongi and Pappy because of a break evens and rested, like going like, oh yeah, whatever. But like, if Guffo comes out swinging and pops up a 110 or something this week, you'd probably look at him even as well and going, "Yep, cool, he's an option." Like,
well,
oh Jesus, Jesus Christ! It started.
Listen, we do this show to try and answer questions that have presented themselves over the preceding 3 games. But I think we leave this show tonight with more questions than answers, kind of like Dylan Jugas on a Sunday morning when he wakes up. But fucking hell, it's good to be back, isn't it? Anything else you want to talk about in that last game, mate? Any other scores you want to run your eyes over? Cleary 87. Already kind of spoke about that.
We're gonna have to break Cleary down on Wednesday for that shape, because that was interesting. I mean, there's not really a Yo with a freaking under 40.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow. 39. Nafahu White 54.
That's interesting to look at too, because they play absolutely terrible, and Yo just he does nothing. It's intriguing, man. I mean, I think Watson, Whisper put up to, he said Zach Dr. Clay's there. Watson's a must. He's right. Yep. I mean, he looked good. The Space Cadet, both of them, they had their moments where they looked, pretty decent. Nafahu White, mate, what'd you 54? How'd you find him?
Yeah, great. Obviously didn't play him, but
yeah,
fantastic. Look, as it went down to that trial down at Cogra a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And, saw him in the flesh, big, solid, juicy, tight, progress picks, keep us updated. Please, Nafahu. But I thought he really stepped up tonight against that, rep pack from Penrith. Yeah. And he just thought, fuck this, I'll get the boys on me back. And he just led with gusto. There was a couple of tackle breaks early. We've already spoke about a few times he's in the top 5 in terms of middles of tackle breaks per run. Got the offload going early. Look, to be honest, he's probably more of a route to Tino for me, but man, if he gets that 50-minute roll a bit more consistently and he's at that 1.1 ppm, may as well just kind of ride him all the way up to 550k. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, bro, I was thoroughly impressed, especially in that second half with him. He just came out like a different bloke. I was hoping for a 35 to a 45 against Penrith. I would have taken that, just obviously not playing him, but it would have been good to see. And 54. And again, like we said last week too, it was a very high scoring game. So, point time off the clock and things like that. I mean, and again today, it's, what's that, 70 points between two teams. It's again, that's time off the clock.
A lot of time.
That's what was it last week? That's probably again 40 to 54. So yeah, roughly around the same time off the clock. And again, so many errors too, so time gets killed there. So I'm ecstatic with that outing from him. If he can lock down a starting spot with Lenu being an impact, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's the key part is he that starting role? Collins, obviously he's a great 1%er rep player, but he's not the greatest workhorse of all time. And then you've got Lasalu, Fiketti, Makatoa, Savala, White. 20-odd games into his career is pretty much the senior volume forward there.
And big raps throughout the team as well. Teddy's come on record. I think Whisper actually interviewed him with that question. He was very big on lights. Look, I mean, I think I'll just keep him front. Again, 2 positions I don't want to trade him. Hooker, front row forward, and if I've got White versus front row forward free, if I have to play occasionally, I'm pretty happy with that. If he can knock out 45s to 50s.
Absolutely. Another guy he'd be happy to play most weeks is Robert the Truth Toya.
Yes.
We want the truth. We want the truth. We want to know what happened in Tower 7. We want to know what the Reptilians are doing. We want to know why AGL is run by lizards. But Robert Toya tonight, 40 all in base power cheese. And I played him over White. I just thought that upside, he nearly got something going towards the end there. You'd think in a 38 point.
He looks dangerous every time he takes it, eh?
Yeah, that right step's unreal.
It's insane. It's insane. Again, and we say it last week. We say it this week, actually. He's so confident for his age. kids come up from the New South Wales Cup and go, yeah, they're an absolute stud. Like, they're going to be good. Like, we'll see how I translate. And then they play their roles. Tola's just coming out as an absolute stud still. Like, he's treating it like it's a cup. Like, a 40 against Penrith for me, because obviously we all probably logistically and reasonably thought this could be a murder. And Tola, we want to see that base from Tola. I didn't expect him to score a try. The opportunities look like they could come up for that against a hard team like Penrith. I mean, mate, Jesse Arthurs makes 500, like up to 500k or something like that, and Tola slots into CTW 4, and I'd be ecstatic. He's Ira, but he looks more dangerous.
Yeah, as we've said a few times, like it looks like that we're going to get him and Tamale, the two Truth boys, the twin towers, the twin Truth towers.
I can't see Billy Smith coming in. I can't see Billy Smith cracking his way in over like Marky Mark today. I think he kind of got that nod that like, all right, it's your spot to lose now, and I can't blame him. He played great. You're not getting a spot over Toa.
No chance happening on the right. And, I guess the issue with Mark has always been the defense. I have to watch the highlights again, but I don't remember how many tries they scored down that side.
Marky was left side. I mean, no, they weren't noticeable, really. But you know what I noticed actually with Mark, and that's why I think he's going to keep that spot until he messes up badly. That try assist with Cleary for that kick to the near post, to the middle. Mark's he's second defender out. He's come through to the near post to try and defend that. Because everyone else is looking. He's looked up and he's gone. He's getting better with his IQ, but his effort is just 110%.
He's just an athlete, isn't he? Early 20s as well. Apparently, like, he was one of like the best players for the Wallabies. That could be cap.
It's for Wallabies. He could have also been the best. Like this, who knows?
But a prodigious talent. We love a union prodigious talent, don't we? Kind of like Matt Rogers and Lottie Takiri. Geez, anything else in that final game you want to touch on before we wrap it up?
No, not really. I mean,
there's a lot though, wasn't it? There's a lot.
There was a lot. Fuck. I mean, I'm sure you'll send me fucking plenty of clips for us to look at. Like, geez, there was a lot. Yeah, I just really didn't like Cleary running. It seemed so pointless to me at times with his running game. There was no need for it.
Too much to do, maybe?
I think he underestimated Roosters. Like, I think the last big game we really saw him run was when he went 170 against the Dragons last year for back end of the year. Yeah. And again, he underestimated Dragons and he just went through the line. He did it tonight. Didn't work out. It's a lot of pressure on Jack Cole. But yeah, I'm writing that off to just the Vegas curse because these Vegas teams are just it's for lies, man. They somehow upset everyone and Panthers just can't get it done, man. 10 errors.
10 errors, man.
10 errors. I said to a missus, man, like you probably wouldn't even see that in like a 2 to 3 week span from them at times. Like they're just so clean and they didn't have it. And mate, I think Robbo's got the best luck I've ever coached. 44 games straight, total scores, they win. Broken tonight.
Yeah, that's unreal stat, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Holy shit. Couple of final things to finish on here, mate. Finale Truth when doesn't look likely, mate. They're bringing in Sloan this week, so you'll enjoy
maybe for New South Wales Cup Supercoach.
Yeah, you'll enjoy. You'll take your Blake Laurie, you'll take your Dave Clement, you'll take your Tyrell Sloan, and you'll enjoy another season of rebuilding. Dylan Egan is not too far away though either. No. Last notes, boys, courtesy of the Gibberish chat. Is it a string issue for Turbo? What are the condolences for our Tommy T owners? Well, I am a Tommy T owner, so geez, you are not. No. What would you like to say as some final remarks, mate?
Geez, I almost married everyone to Tommy. Don't want to do that. We want to part ways probably. Look, I thank you all for gathering here in honoring of Tom Troych's first hamstring injury of the year. We went 100. We went 140 minutes, and it happened. We wish Tommy all the best. We hope he finds the best surgeons in America. maybe one in Turkey as well. That hairline could use a bit of improving. It's getting a bit old. No, you know what? Fuck yous all. I got called fucking crazy for fading turbo. Fuck yous.
Yeah. Fire up, Cheese. Fire up. And while we're on the topic of firing up, how good are the Sydney Roosters? You write us off at your own detriment. It's an ambush. It's an ambush. It's an ambush. If you didn't get on it at 9:10, I don't want to know you. I'm tuning out. I'm going to go spend my winnings. I'm going to go listen to Playboy Cardi. I'm going to go smoke a joint. I'm going to go smoke a zoot. And I'm not taking my jersey off. See yous on Sunday for the Socko and the debut of DJ7. Much love to you all, Gibbers.
Yeah, cheers.